What's going on? If you are new here, my name's Ryan. I quit my 9-to-5 in the summer of 2024 and moved back to Japan as I lived here for a year during COVID and visited on 2 other separate occasions. And I loved it so much that I wanted to come back and explore on a deeper level. So in September 2024, I bought this van and I've been on the road for 6 months now documenting my experiences. So if Japan off the beaten path interests you, feel free to check out my other videos. But I figured it's finally time I made a van tour video, since also a lot of you have been asking me to do so. So, welcome to my crib. It's a 1998 Toyota Hiace. I bought it in a private sale from a couple that only spent a few months in Japan. And before that, it belonged to a rental company that converts and rents their own vans. So it was in great shape. It was at 176,000 kilometers when I got it, and I just hit 190,000 after my 6 months of owning it. But it's a Toyota, so hopefully it will go for much longer. It's honestly been a great van for my very first one. I've never done van life before, and it had everything I needed pretty much to get started right away. The only 2 things I was hesitant about when I bought it is that, one, it's only 2-wheel drive, and that was a huge struggle in winter because I'm not one to escape the cold. I was up in Hokkaido, and with the winter storms, it was a struggle. And funnily enough, I just got stuck yesterday on this riverbank, and if I had 4-wheel drive, I wouldn't have been stuck in that predicament. The other thing is it's gasoline, and I hear that diesel engines last longer, are more efficient, are stronger, and diesel is much cheaper in Japan. So that is what it is, but other than that, it has been a fantastic first van for me. Starting off with the front here, there's not much to see, but I just want to note, as a solo traveler, the passenger seat is valuable storage space. So I keep my hiking bag in here because it's like 80 liters and it takes up a lot of space, and my camera gear so it's accessible if I need it. For example, when I've seen wild monkeys on the side of the road, or foxes, or just a cool landscape, I need to pull over quick, grab my camera or my drone and take a shot. It's right there if I need it. I don't have to go all the way around to the other side of the van to grab my gear. I also just have a Bose speaker in here because it's a 27-year-old car. These speakers are absolutely terrible in here. This also flips up to be a 3rd seat if I have to have 2 passengers, which is nice. And behind here, I've got a couple of handy bins where I just keep some snacks and stuff that don't need to be refrigerated. Over here, I always keep my water and a tissue box. Oh, and I absolutely have to mention this thing. My phone holder, magnetic, plus it charges, so it's perfect for navigation. Moving on to the living space. Disclaimer, as I mentioned earlier, I bought this exactly how it is pretty much. I didn't do the conversion myself just because I'm on a working holiday visa. I have limited time. Plus I don't have a home base or tools to really do a conversion, but one day I would love to do it. So let's check it out. So here's the kitchen. It has pretty much everything I need. I'm not a huge foodie or anything, but I do still cook about 90% of my meals or so, so it's good enough for me. Got a nice rack to hang a lot of things, which saves space in my cupboards. Got a couple of baskets up here with some spices, sauces, oils, that sort of thing. A sink over here, which is an electric pump, which runs on a 40-liter tank of fresh water down here and empties into a gray water tank, but it's a pain to empty a 40-liter tank of gray water. So instead, I just have this rubber bucket in here. It just makes it more manageable to deal with my gray water. And with the sink, it's not like I do a ton of like dishwashing or lots of water use, because 40 liters is not that much. So I only use it to basically wash my vegetables, wash my hands when I need to, just brush my teeth sometimes. And that's pretty much it. So it's just a lot easier after one meal just to empty this out, rather than after a week or 2 to empty out an entire 40-liter tank. I've got 3 drawers in here, cutlery and bowls and plates and cups. In here I've got a ramen bowl that I've actually never used for ramen. I use it for everything else but that. A pot, strainer, and my single burner camping stove, which I need a new one because a lot of it is breaking, as you can see. And a few other things like my kettle down here, my shaker. And these are all latched in over here on the side, just so they don't come flying open when I'm driving. Oh, and as you can probably tell, I'm kneeling right now. I definitely cannot stand up straight in this thing. It's only about 157 centimeters tall. But moving on to my built-in fridge over here, which is actually really spacious for one person. This like cage pops out, which is handy when I need to clean it, although the actual fridge does not come out. So when I need to clean it, which I need to clean it right now, it's a pain because I can't take it out and rinse it. I have to like scrub it at the bottom and then soak up all the water to clean it properly. I've also got a little bit more of my food stuff up here. So in this little box, some more like canned goods and stuff that doesn't need to be refrigerated, as well as my rice, which I'm running out of, coffee and tea, and like protein and stuff also hanging out up here. And that's pretty much it for the kitchen. Like I said, it's pretty basic, but has everything I need to eat nutritiously. But what else is up here? I've got some toiletries and things, and then most importantly, this is also my closet. In this fabric box is pretty much all of my main clothes. It's no walk-in closet, but it actually fits surprisingly a lot, although definitely had to part with most of my clothes when I said goodbye to my regular life, but that's all right. Been embracing the minimalism. And above the doorway up here are a couple bungee nets, which is super handy for stuff I need quick access to. So I've got a bag of toiletries in here, which is everything I need to bring into an onsen, because that's my main method of showering. So I got body soap and shampoo in case some onsen facilities don't have them. You know, I've got my toothbrush, I've got my face wash, like everything I need in there. So boom, I don't have to pack up a bag every single time I'm going to take a shower. And the final item in this kind of main compartment here is this little basket at the front, which I keep a pair of shoes in usually. My garbage can, which, yeah, you might think it's small, but that is one of the biggest issues, probably the biggest issue in Japan for van life, is getting rid of your garbage. Because if you've ever traveled to Japan, you know that one, public garbage cans are very hard to find, and two, they wrap and double wrap everything in plastic. So this usually fills up just after a single meal. So I have to pretty much find somewhere to dump garbage every single day. Also, this thing, love it, little mini broom for sweeping up the van. Oh, and I can't forget to mention this. This is my gasoline heater right here, because this van is not insulated. So whatever the temperature is outside, it is pretty much what it is inside as well, minus wind chill, of course. So it is nice to have when I'm just getting some work done or cooking and my fingers are just freezing, just to turn this bad boy on and warm it up real quick. Moving on to the back of the van here, got pretty much my dining room, my office, and my bedroom all in one. This is where I get all my work done pretty much, although it gets pretty uncomfortable sitting on just this thin cushion for hours on end. So if I really need to get some work done for a large portion of the day, I'll find a cafe or something, somewhere with Wi-Fi that I can get work done. But otherwise, when I'm ready to go to sleep, I take the tabletop off, take the leg out, and it becomes a flat platform. So then I can lay out these foam panels and then my futon over top. But I was actually just looking this morning at buying a proper mattress that still folds up but is a lot thicker, because to be honest, I cannot sleep comfortably on these. So I popped the table off just so I could show you. This is where the leg goes in. But I have three very important storage compartments over here. So this has all my blankets and sleeping bags pretty much. Over here, got my laundry basket. I have another electric blanket, which again, I did not use in the winter much, but it is nice to have. All my electronics in this little plastic box here. Extra butane because I couldn't find another spot for it. And a couple workout things I keep in here. And finally, last storage compartment over here, got my hiking sleeping bag, and then a bunch of other hiking things like my tent and hammock, water bladder, etc. Moving on to the electrical components of the van, I've got all my switches here and my outlets, which I can just turn on my inverter and plug in anything I need, like my laptop or whatever it may be, and a couple of USB ports too. So I currently have my camera battery, one of my camera batteries charging. And below is where my battery lives. I have a single 12 volt, 100 amp hour lithium phosphate battery. Just a single battery fits my needs great. Right now I've only ran out of juice once when both my friend Bea and I were charging our laptops for hours on end, but otherwise I've never had an issue. And now that spring and summer's around the corner, my solar panels are putting in work, so I don't think I'll be running out of power soon. And I have a 50 amp charger in here, so when I'm driving for even just 2 hours, it pretty much charges it up fully. So awesome stuff. And a huge shout out to Ryan, who was in my Izu video. If you've seen that one, he installed these for me, which was fantastic because I know very little about electrical stuff. If you've been following me since the beginning, you know that I was really struggling when I first bought the van because I was running on 2 batteries that were pretty much dead. And so I bought this battery and it has just been a game changer for my comfort in van life. Got the old batteries here, finally out. This is red here, which means it's under 50% health. There's Ryan, the hero of the moment, replacing my old batteries for brand new lithium phosphate ones, which already have been able to power much more than these could. And as an extra power source, I have this small generator here, but it doesn't hold a ton of charge, so I usually just plug in small things like my pocket Wi-Fi or my phone, because I really don't have power issues with my battery these days. So that was below the bed slash table. Now I'll show you what's above. So most importantly, I've got a ski rack, which again, huge shout out to Ryan because he made this up for me. I used to have it, so I jimmy rigged basically some metal wires to hang on this hook here and hold my skis. But now that he's built this, I can have probably up to 3 sets of skis. So that's a really nice addition to the van. Another bungee net up here, which I don't keep a ton of stuff on, just a few pairs of socks because again, the tension is very weak, and if I put much else, then it just hangs down low and I'm always just like brushing against my head. Finally, moving on to the back of the van, I have a bit more storage back here. So it's mostly my winter stuff. I have all my backcountry ski gear, minus the skis of course, in here. Got an extra jacket and then some more hiking things in this bin here. Got my ski boots over here. Honestly, just as a solo traveler, I don't need a ton of space, especially since I've really thinned out my possessions. This is actually more than enough space for me, but if I was to do this with another person, yeah, it would be tight, I think. You might also be wondering about a toilet, but I actually don't have one. In Japan, I don't think you need one because there are public toilets pretty much everywhere. Here, there's just one up on the hill there, as it's technically a free campsite. There's bathrooms in every single public park pretty much, in roadside stations, in convenience stores. So you really don't have to go far to find one. Well, that's pretty much it. That wraps up the van tour. It's pretty minimal. It's a bit smaller than what you'd find in North America, probably Europe too, but it has everything I need. Like I said, if you're interested in seeing more of the videos on traveling Japan and what it's like to actually experience van life here, check out my other videos. And I want to mention that I have my Ultimate Van Life Japan map for sale on my Patreon. It's just $6.50, which I think is a great deal because it's something that I wish I had when I started on this journey. It has every single park up I've ever been to with notes, cheap gyms or free gyms even, cheap onsens, the best hikes I've been on, my favorite photo spots, swimming spots. So I think it's a super handy map. Check it out if you're interested. But I'm gonna get to work editing this very video to upload tomorrow, but stay tuned because the week after it'll be back to your regularly scheduled programming. My regular travel videos the next week because I'm in Shikoku now. Spring is here, the cherry blossoms are popping, and Shikoku is so beautiful so far. So I'm really excited to show you guys. Anyway, I will catch you in the next video.